Hello, today we are going to do a quick review for Chapter 7. So the first one was your warm-up. This was our second method we learned, or 7.2. So if you have notes on 7.2, this is the second method we learned, which is called substitution. Just like a substitute teacher, like you have today, or substituting in and out on a basketball team, something is taking the place of something else. It might be a person, it might be substituting a hamburger for a chicken patty on a sandwich or something like that. But we are going to be substituting either x or y. So we need one of the two by itself. This one has y by itself, so we know y is really the same as 6x minus 1. So any time I see a y in the other equation, I'm going to write instead 6x minus 1. So I'm going to rewrite this top equation because that's the equation we have that's not solved for y. And it says 3x plus 2y, but y is really 6x minus 1. And it's all equal to 7. So now we just need to solve this because the only letter we have left is x. So first I need to get rid of my parentheses or distribute, drawing a box to multiply. I have 2 out front and 6x minus 1. I know 6 times 2 is 12. So 12x, and 2 multiplied by negative 1 is negative 2. So let's rewrite what we have. We're done with the 2, and then what's on top there, we're done with those numbers. So we have 3x plus, this is a positive 12x minus 2 equal to 7. And I just realized when I wrote this, this should have been a minus 2y when I created this equation. But for the sake of this one, we'll just have some decimals instead. All the ones on your test will have a whole number for x and y. But this one just isn't going to turn out to be a nice number. So next we're going to combine our like terms. 3 and plus 12 should give us 15x minus 2 equal to 7. And then still getting x by itself, the opposite of subtracting 2 is adding 2. So we have 15x equal to 9, and we would divide by 15 to get our answer, which is 9 over 15, also known as, so we have 9 divided by 15, which is 0.6. Like I said, if I had written this the correct way, we would have gotten a different answer of 1, but this is okay for now. So I know x is 0.6. We're going to plug that back in to one of these equations to find y. So we have y equals 6 times x. I'm just using this bottom equation. And x is 0.6 and then minus 1. So 6 times 0.6 gives me 3.6. But then we have to subtract 1. 3.6 minus 1 is now only 2.6. We just took the 1 away. So we know y is 2.6. Like I said, the ones on your test, x and y, are going to be whole numbers, like 1, 2, 3, or a negative number. This one just happens to be a decimal. So I apologize for that. Before we collect homework, a couple other things that we would need to review. The first is 7.1, solving by graphing. And the second is 7.3 and 7.4, which is solving by elimination, which is most people's favorite, the ones that we worked on most recently. So first, solving by graphing. If they give us two equations, let's say we have y equals 2/3 x plus 4, and let's say the other equation is 2y equals negative x. We would need to solve these for y to get the form y equals mx plus b so we can graph them. This one is already in that form. I know m is 2/3 and b is 4. Remember, b is where we begin, so I would begin this graph at up 4. And my slope m is how we move. Rise over run. So I would rise 2, 1, 2, and run 1, 2, 3. Or the opposite, down 2 and to the left 3. And I change this equation over here so that these actually cross at a nice number. But they'll give you the two equations to start with. So we were going up 2 and 3 to the right, or down 2, 3 to the left, down 2, 3 to the left. And we can draw our line through there first. The second line, we would need to solve for y. So I would have to divide everything by 3. 3 over 3 is just 1y or y. This would really be a negative 1x. We have negative 1/3 x plus 3 over 3, which is really just 1. So this is also now in the form y equals mx plus b. So I know b is 1 and m is negative 1/3. So we're beginning at 1, positive 1, on our y-axis, and we're going down 1 and 3 to the right. Down 1 and 3 to the right because we had a negative 1 over 3. Rise up and down first, then run left and right. Instead of going down and right, we can also go up 1 and 3 to the left. Up 1 and 3 to the left. So if we draw our line through here, we have this as our solution. It's going to ask you for a solution. You need to list it as a point x comma y, just like we did for our last problem. X going left and right, we went negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. And then on our y-axis, we're up 1, 2. So that would be our solution. The second part that we needed to review was called elimination. This is when we have two equations. For example, we might have 2x minus 3y equal to 8 and 5x plus 3y equal to 10. If we have our x's or the y's the same number, we can add or subtract. This one is set up to add because negative 3 and positive 3 will eliminate. So we would add these and get 7x equal to 18, and we'd have to solve. Once you get x, you would have to plug it back into one of the equations for x to find y. Doesn't matter which one. Same thing for, I'm going to erase part of this for now. Same thing if we had two other equations. What if we had 2x plus 5y equal to 20 and negative 6x plus 8y equal to negative 15. Neither the x's or the y's are the same number, so we would need to multiply one or both of the equations to make the x's or the y's the same number. 5 times nothing is going to give me 8, but 2 times 3 would give me 6. So if I multiply everything by 3, both of the equations will have a 6 in the x spot. We need one to be positive. This will end up positive, and this is negative. So we'll have 6x, 5 times 3 is 15y, and 20 times 3, 2 times 3 is 6, so that's 60. The bottom equation I would just rewrite. And then we would add our equations together just like we did before. These two would eliminate. We would add these. 15 plus 8 more give us 23y. And 60 minus 15, 50 would be 45. These aren't turning out to be nice numbers because I just made them up. But once we solved, we'd have y. And once you have y, whatever number that is, you can plug it back in to one of your equations to find x. So I would pick an equation and write 2x plus 5 and then whatever number y is equal to 20 and solve that. I know we're running into our other problem here, but you get the idea. Hopefully this one's the freshest in your brain because we did it the most recent. Otherwise, good luck on your test. You can only use your calculator and your notes. Good luck.